Hey guys, it's the Villa Man here, home theater enthusiast and all around tech lover. Now, I've had a lot of questions from people who want to find out what are some of the best sounding Dolby Atmos movies they can play to demo their home theater systems. So today, that's what we're talking about. Stick around. Alright, so this is the video I've been wanting to make for a while because every time, say, I demo some speakers, I use specific movies because of how they sound. So today I'll be telling you about some of the best sounding Dolby Atmos movies. But before we can get into that, if you're new to the channel and you like tech and home theater audio video, then you've come to the right place because this is where we unbox and review tech and home theater products, all in 4K HDR. In fact, since this is one of the only channels on YouTube which actually publishes videos in 4K HDR, I decided to get a little something to remind you to subscribe. Now, I didn't want just a little ordinary pillow with the word subscribe on it, so I decided to make this. And yes, I did make it, but it could get a lot more obnoxious. Yeah, that's a bit too much though. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and come along for the ride. Alright, let's get into it. Now all of these movies have Dolby Atmos soundtracks, so they'll create a lot of effects overhead using your high channels. So whether you have 2 or 4 in-ceiling, overhead, or elevation speakers, they will come alive with these movies. So the first movie on the list, and the movie I've used to test and demo so many speakers over the past few months, Ready Player One. Now this is one of my favorite movies and it has an amazing soundtrack. Now there are 3 standout scenes that will probably have you smiling from ear to ear. The race scene, the nightclub scene, and the fight scene. If you don't know what I mean, you'll find out when you watch the movie. Next up is The Martian. Now just to be clear, there will be no spoilers on this list because I hate spoilers. Now this movie was released in 2015, so it's a bit on the older side, so you can probably get some good deals on it. The standout Dolby Atmos scene was the Martian storm, which just sounded incredibly realistic. Next up is Mad Max Fury Road. Now this movie is 2 words, organized chaos. This movie is just one big chase with so many explosions and so much overhead effects. Your system will love it. Next up is Blade Runner 2049. Now this is another favorite of mine and the overhead effects just create an actual atmosphere. It makes the futuristic environment so believable, but that's not to discount all the action, that also has a lot of overhead effects. Next on the list is the Matrix trilogy. Yes, that Matrix. Now I'm guessing everyone has already seen the Matrix, and if you haven't, then shame on you. Shame. But I also think that's the reason that they made the soundtrack on this new release so good. This may be the best use of overhead speakers that I've ever heard in any movie, period. It's that good. Do yourself a favor and get this movie. Next up is Mission Impossible Fallout, and I have 2 words for you, helicopter chase. Yes. It's a Mission Impossible film, so of course there's an abundance of action, but that scene was phenomenal. And next up, Kong Skull Island. From the helicopter scene to the storm scene to the monster scene, this movie is full of overhead effects and your system will absolutely love it. And now for the last movie on the list and the newest one to be released, Overlord. The first scenes of this movie will have every single speaker in your system screaming. It is insane. It's also incredibly violent, so it is not for kids, I will tell you that right now. But it's based in World War II, so there's a lot of planes, a lot of explosions, and other things. No spoilers again, as I said. Now, I'm not going to get into any of the plot details of any of these movies because there are videos already that do that. Now, if you have a movie that you think has great sound which wasn't on my list, then feel free to let me know in the comments. Or if you've seen any of these movies, then let me know your thoughts too in the comments about what you thought of the sound. Also, in the next couple months, as I get in the new 2019 model of 4K HDR TVs, I'll be making another list of the best movies with the best 4K HDR picture. So I hope you subscribe so you'll be here for that one too. And don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood Villa Man saying, peace.